Welcome back to Mass Gaming Session. A bit of a departure from the usual, but I thought this video might be useful to the many people who have struggled with this for years on eBay. When you're doing their smart delivery, the label always puts the initial address that you ever registered with eBay, and even if you haven't lived there for years, it puts that as your default return address, and it's actually very difficult to change. Well, it's confusing to change, let's say, because I've sort of figured it out. So as an example here, I think I figured it out because this is actually the first time I'm going through this. So I've got a couple of items to dispatch here. They have sold. So you click the prepaid label, look, and then send from. The address is actually the first address I ever registered with it. So just to give you a much better example here, these are the Royal Mail delivery labels. So for a simple delivery, this is basically what you'd get. You can either print it directly from your home printer and it'll be a label like this which you can just tape on, or they'll give you one of those what they call QR codes which you can scan into one of the shops and print off a label like this to stick on. So yeah, with Royal Mail, I'm not sure about some other carriers. I know Every don't, so a lot of the parcels I send seem to go with Every, which don't show the sender's address on the front directly, but if you do scan the barcode and translate it, it does actually have the sender's address on there, and it will still be wrong if you don't obviously change this on the eBay settings. Yeah, these two are business addresses, so yeah, I won't have to worry about censoring those, but this is just a better example because obviously the stuff I'm sending at the moment is through Every, so it's not going to really give you a clear indication of the wrong address. But having the address on the front here has actually let people realise that eBay is putting their initial address that they signed up with or as the sender's address incorrectly. So just follow these settings as shown, and this should then show your correct return address. This is the selling overview page. So there, what we're going to do is go to the address settings. So you go up to your where your username is, and then account settings. And then scroll down to addresses. So you'll notice with the addresses you've got return address. Now this is deceptive because the return address I've already edited. I'll just double check that they have still got that on there. Yeah, so that is the current home registered address where I want post to be coming from or going back to if it is returned. Go back to that. However, you'll notice it says dispatch address. Well, the eBay simple delivery puts your return address as the dispatch address. So if we go into this one, so your obviously make sure that your registered address is everything's all up to date there. Delivery address, you can actually, because I do this, I have parcels sent to my nan's house at a different address in the next town. That's actually quite easy. Anytime I buy something, the default address does come up as the delivery address, which is my nan's, even though my home registered address is still up to date and accurate. It doesn't sort of confuse eBay in that sense. The only problem it does is the return address is when you're selling something. So what you want to edit is the dispatch address, not the return address, although it would help to still have the return address accurate. You'll probably find that old address where you've deleted it years ago on the eBay system, it's still showing up as a return address. So edit it from dispatch address, and here we go. This address, which I'll probably blur for the benefit of the people who are now living in that house, but yeah, I've got an old phone number on here and old address. So obviously edit that, and you go through the motions like you've done on all of them before. At least now so we've got address changed successfully. So this is now in dispatch address. Hopefully that's all saved. Then I can go back to eBay. Oh, my eBay. Well, I wanted to go to selling really, but where is it? Selling. This is my nan's old circulation booster. I've got a post now. I can go to get postage label. And hopefully it will update sometime. Yes, there we go, sent from my current address now. And so when I print the label, if something does go wrong and it comes back, it now comes back to the right address. Right, so I hope that's of use to any of you guys who are fellow eBayers. I'm actually not a eBay shop or business or anything, it's just that I collect video games. But what happens is, because I buy so many games in bundles, because now and again I'll find a couple of games that I don't own, but I have to buy 20 odd games in a bundle, so I'll take those 2 games out and then I'll have to just resell the rest. Of course, if any of the other games do have better cases, inlays, manuals, discs, etc., I will of course swap them with the ones I've got in the collection already, which is a plus. But I must admit, it's getting a bit of a chore trying to just sell and resend all the stuff I've received, because it's it's an extra trip to the post offices or every drop-off points, and but at the end of the day, I need to recoup the money so I can obviously complete the collections. But yeah, any of you who are doing this professionally, I'm not sure if you still get the same issues with the address. So yeah, I do hope this solves that problem for a lot of people out there. If it does, you found it useful, please subscribe to the channel, even if you're not really into games or watching the videos at all, and that it still just helps promote the channel a little bit by especially small ones like this one. Yeah, just to help it along. Thanks very much for watching.